Hey, fifth grade. Page 99. A toy company's engineers determined that the best way to package number cubes with a 1 unit length into a single box is to stack them in the shape of a right rectangular prism. So what they mean by right rectangular prism is like a normal three-dimensional shape, like a box. Okay. How many different kinds of right rectangular prisms could this number of cubes be stacked in? We have lots and lots and lots of options. So here they're showing us we've got 4 deep times, or 4 wide, excuse me, times 4 deep times 3 cubes high. So we've got a 4 by 4 by 3. You know what? I'm going to scoot this down slightly and type it because that's neater. 4 by 4 by 3, which 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 3 is 48. So we could do 24 times 2 times 1. So 24 across, 2 deep, 1 box high, right? Or 1 cube high. That would get us 48. We could do 48 in a row times 1 row times 1 height. You could do, let's see, 12 times 4 gives you 48 times 1. 8 by 6 is 48 times 1. What are we missing? Oh, 16 times 3. We know 4 times 4 is 16. Take that times 3. 6 times 4 is 24. Double that, you get to 48. 8 times 3, that's 24. Double that. Okay, I feel like I'm still missing one. I have to ponder. Oh, yep, there it is. We could do 12 times 2 is 40, or 24, excuse me, and then double that gets you to 48. I think there are 9 total options. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to put 9 different right rectangular prisms. To be honest, we haven't gone through this yet, but your worksheet that you did before we had virtual learning here, you guys were putting, which I understand, like 4 deep, 4 wide times 4 deep times 3 high, and then you would just kind of flip it like, well, you could do 3 wide and 4 deep and 4 high, and that would be essentially it'd be the same rectangular prism just shown in a different way. So from here on out, just know if they ask for different right rectangular prisms, they're asking for like a different group of numbers. Okay. And that's something I'm going to go over with you on Monday when you get your worksheet back. But just a heads up, I got you there. You're okay. I understood what you meant, but we have to actually practice a few different type of shapes. Okay. Page 100, number 1. The picture shows a box designed to pack game cubes. Each game cube is the size of a unit cube. So instead of saying a cubic foot, they're just saying units for us for now. How many game cubes can be packed into the bottom layer of the box with no gaps or overlaps? Well, let's check across here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shapes across. And then check how deep it is. We have 3 cubes deep. So to figure out that bottom layer, we have 8 by 3, which ends up being 24 game cubes. And how do we know that? Well, we did 8 long times 3 deep gives us the 24 cubes on the bottom row. How many layers of game cubes can be packed into the box? Well, we have to go back up here, but 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. How do you know? It literally shows it, right? 4 layers. There are 4 layers, which is the height. So the height is how many layers are stacked upon each other. Letter C, how many game cubes can be packed so the box is full? Well, we've got that 8 by 3 on the bottom, right? That's 24. So whatever 24 times 4 is, do a little bit of writing here. 16, 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So my answer here would be 96 game cubes packed in that whole box. Letter D, The volume of the box, you already know this, can be found by counting the number of game cubes it takes to fill the box with no gaps or overlaps. Since each game cube is the size of a unit cube, what is the volume of the box in cubic units? So here we're going to, they're just repeating it, 96 cubic units, not unites, sorry. You could do 96 TU for cubic and then the word units. You can do 96 units and then put that little 3. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Actually, I'll just write it. Put that little 3 on the label, not on the number. Okay, that little 3 stands for cubed. We took notes on this. Units cubed. So that little 2 means squared. That little 3 means cubed, which is the volume. Here's our vocab. Volume is the amount of space a solid figure occupies and is measured in cubic units. A unit cube has the volume of 1 cubic unit. So area is how much area is covered, and the volume is how much space something takes up. You guys are cruising right along. Page 101, number 2. A craft store packages cube-shaped beads as shown. Each bead measures 1 centimeter along the edge. So instead of saying units, they give us an actual measurement this time. There are no gaps or overlaps. How many beads are shown? Explain how you know. Well, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 9 across, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 looks like the height, and the depth looks like 4. So we have 6 times 9 is 54. Take that times 4. That is not a very good X. Sorry. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5 is 20 plus 1. We have 216 beads. How do we know? Well, we did the 9 times 6, which ended up being 54, and we took that times 4. If you did it in a different order, if you did 9 times 4 is 36 and took 36 times 6, that's fine. You still get 216. If you did 9 times, no, we did that. If you did 6 times 4 is 24 times 9, you still get 216. So it does not matter anyway. If you multiply it correctly, you should get 216 cubes, and each cube is a bead. What is the volume of the box in cubic centimeters? Well, it's 216 cubic centimeters, or you could label it 216 centimeters with the little 3 for cubed up there. That works too. Same thing, different writing. Letter C, suppose each bead measures 1 inch on each edge. What would be the volume of the box in cubic inches? The numbers are the same, so this time it's going to be inches cubed instead of centimeters cubed. So again, different ways to write it. You could say 216 cubic inches like that, and that's just fine.